Welcome to the Rustic Planters, where beautiful garden ideas turn ordinary outdoor spaces into unforgettable retreats. Today, we are stepping into the world of lavender garden front yard inspiration, exploring graceful ways to transform your entrance into a scene filled with timeless charm, softness, and refined character. If you love elegant gardens with a natural rustic spirit, this journey is filled with ideas worth discovering. A lavender-filled front yard can completely change the personality of a home entrance. From winding borders and charming pathways to layered planting beds and beautifully framed doorways, lavender brings structure and romance without making a garden feel overly formal. The secret is combining its distinctive color and texture with complementary plants, materials, and thoughtful landscape composition. So settle in and discover how lavender can become the centerpiece of an extraordinary entrance. If you enjoy inspiring home garden design ideas, remember to subscribe to the Rustic Planters, like this video, and share your favorite lavender garden idea in the comments below. Your support helps us continue creating beautiful inspiration for your outdoor spaces. One of the most captivating ways to introduce lavender into a front yard is by creating a pathway bordered with generous planting. Imagine stepping stones or a rustic walkway gently framed by repeating clusters of lavender, creating a natural transition from the garden gate toward the entrance. The rhythm of the plants gives the pathway a sense of direction while adding softness to hard landscape. For a more relaxed countryside character, allow the lavender borders to appear slightly informal rather than perfectly symmetrical. Pairing lavender with gravel, weathered stone, terracotta edging, or reclaimed brick can create a beautifully aged appearance. These materials complement lavender particularly well because their earthy textures allow the plants to remain the visual centerpiece. You can also vary the planting height along the path to create more depth. Lower ground covers near the edges, rounded lavender clusters through the middle, and taller ornamental grasses or architectural plants farther back can make even a modest entrance feel layered and thoughtfully designed. Lavender becomes especially elegant when used to visually frame the front entrance. Rather than scattering individual plants throughout the yard, consider establishing substantial lavender beds on either side of a doorway, porch, gate, or staircase. This approach creates a strong sense of balance while naturally drawing attention toward the architectural focal point. For a sophisticated composition, combine lavender with evergreen shrubs that provide structure throughout the year. Rounded boxwood, silvery foliage, compact conifers, or other durable greenery can provide a calm backdrop for lavender's distinctive form and color. The result feels polished without losing the relaxed character of a garden retreat. Architectural details can make this arrangement even more memorable. A stone stairway, rustic wooden gate, arched trellis, or aged planter can become part of the composition, while lavender softens the surrounding edges. The combination creates an entrance that feels established, welcoming, and effortlessly elegant. Lavender does not have to stand alone. One of the most beautiful approaches is to incorporate it into a layered cottage-style planting scheme where different shapes, textures, and colors work together. Consider combining lavender with rosemary, sage, ornamental grasses, daisies, salvias, or other complementary garden plants to create a richly textured border. The key is to create repetition rather than random variety. Repeating lavender throughout the planting bed establishes a visual thread, while companion plants can fill the spaces between clusters and introduce contrasting foliage. This makes the garden feel abundant while still maintaining a coherent design. For an especially refined effect, keep the overall palette restrained. Lavender, soft green, silvery foliage, creamy flowers, and muted earthy tones can work beautifully together. A controlled color story allows the front yard to feel luxurious and peaceful rather than crowded or chaotic. If your front yard has limited planting space, lavender can still make a dramatic statement through containers. Large terracotta pots, aged stone planters, reclaimed wooden boxes, or vintage-style vessels can provide an instant focal point near a doorway, garden gate, or pathway. Containers also make it easier to experiment with placement and seasonal arrangements. Try grouping containers at different heights to create a more dynamic display. A large central pot surrounded by smaller vessels can form an attractive garden vignette, while matching containers positioned on opposite sides of an entrance can reinforce symmetry. The natural texture of rustic materials pairs beautifully with lavender's soft, silvery foliage. Small decorative details can complete the scene without overwhelming it. Consider weathered stone edging, antique-inspired garden ornaments, gravel surfaces, wooden accents, or a simple water feature. The goal is not to fill every available space, but to choose a few memorable elements that make the lavender planting feel intentional and connected to the architecture. Although lavender can become the star of the front yard during its flowering season, a successful landscape should continue to look appealing when the blooms fade. Evergreen shrubs, ornamental grasses, textured foliage, and carefully chosen structural plants can keep the garden visually interesting throughout changing seasons. Consider lavender as one layer within a larger landscape rather than the entire composition. Evergreen forms can provide a permanent framework, while seasonal flowers introduce fresh color at different times of the year. Gravel, stone pathways, retaining walls, and decorative planters can also provide visual interest even when fewer plants are flowering. Maintenance is another important part of creating lasting elegance. Lavender generally rewards good drainage, thoughtful spacing, and appropriate pruning, while avoiding an overcrowded planting scheme makes the garden easier to care for. A well-planned landscape should not only look beautiful in photographs, but also remain manageable and inviting as the seasons change. A lavender garden front yard can transform an ordinary entrance into something remarkably graceful. Whether you choose a winding lavender pathway, symmetrical entrance beds, rustic containers, or a richly layered cottage border, the combination of color, texture, and natural structure can give your home a distinctive sense of character. The most memorable gardens are rarely about adding more and more decoration. They are about creating harmony between plants, pathways, architecture, and natural materials. Let lavender provide the signature character, then surround it with complementary textures and timeless details that make the entire entrance feel welcoming, balanced, and beautifully connected. Thank you for spending time with the Rustic Planters. If these lavender garden ideas inspired you, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment sharing which front yard design you would love to recreate. Until next time, keep planting, keep creating, and keep turning ordinary outdoor spaces into extraordinary gardens.